Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As-salatu was-salam ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma 'allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilma. So we're studying Ibrahim alayhi salam's dream and the onslaught of Gog and Magog. And we've asked the question that are dreams, according to the Quran and according to Islamic literature, are they a window into the future? What is the reality of dreams? So now let's just go straight into the topic. What exactly did Ibrahim alayhi salam see, and how can we understand it, keeping in light the correct methodology, the events that have happened now in history, and now that we have access to a lot of the historical process that we've seen unfolding before our eyes. Let's keep all of that in mind and now reinterpret and try to understand it in a comprehensive, in a wholesome manner. So the ayat appears in the Quran where he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, and when he reached with him the age of exertion. So this is the son of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not mention who it is, but Muslim scholars have differed over it, and they have had the opinion that it was Ismail alayhi salam, because in the next few ayat you have a mention of Ishaq. So by sort of analogy then, this has to be Ismail, because why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then mention Ishaq in a completely different light? So when he reached a sort of the age of exertion, so he was old enough, he reached puberty, Ibrahim alayhi salam said to him, "O my son, indeed I have seen in a dream that I sacrifice you. So see what you think." So he asks his child his opinion about the dream. So now a dream is a window overlooking future events. So throughout the Quran, if you analyze all of the dreams, they are all about future events. The Prophet sees something about the future, which is, for the physical eyes, it's in the ghaib, but for the spirit, for the soul, it's not. The soul has access to it through the qadr of Allah, through this permission that Allah has given to the spirit. So the dreams of prophets are as true as other forms of revelation. So they do receive revelation, which is communication, direct communication with God. So these are also a form of revelation. In a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, a true dream is 1/46th part of revelation. Okay, so prophets are given access to the knowledge of future events, but with room for their choice. Now, this is something that I need to highlight. With room for their choice. What do I mean by that? During the night journey, the Isra of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Jibreel alayhi salam presented the Prophet with two bowls, one having milk and the other one with wine. The Prophet was given a choice between the two. He chose milk, and Jibreel alayhi salam remarked, "You have chosen fitra, which is the natural disposition on which humans were created. Your ummah will stay on the right path. If you had chosen wine, your ummah would go astray." So when you analyze what's being said to the Prophet, we see that the Prophet's choice in this state is such that it determines, it has a sort of a determination, it has a sort of an effect on the future of his nation. So he's been given a choice, and that's how dreams are, especially for the prophets, that they're not, the future is not etched in stone completely. And the awliya of Allah, the prophets, the closest ones to God, do have a sort of a freedom in that. They can tweak the future, and they always make the right choices whenever they do that. So like, for example, in this case, there was an option of wine as well. The Prophet ﷺ chose something which was best for his ummah. So similarly, we are applying the same analogy to what Ibrahim alayhi salam saw in his dream, that he saw himself sacrificing his son. And what does that actually mean?